Hey y'all, I'm about to touch a little touchy subject here. South Africa versus the Louisiana Mardi Gras parade, the Zulu parade part. Now I had to sit back. I'm Black American. Got some of my family members got African daddy. I done got in trouble one time for something I ain't really do. I had to do a couple of months in the cell with an African. So, I done worked with an African at a car wash. We was working through from Senegal. I had a friend from Liberia when I used to work at Amazon. So I just had to sit back and, try to squash this little controversial thing going on. But for what I could see, America, when it first started, it started off messed up. In the 100 years ago, when the black people started the thing, they said they had a little, they integrated the little Zulu thing with some kind of comedy skit they seen, so they was wearing blackface and all that. But for real, I had knew about the Zulu culture before I knew about the Louisiana joint, and I live in America. I heard of Mardi Gras, but I didn't never see the Zulu parade part. So I'm sitting up there, I'm like, I look at the Zulu thing. They had a black face on. It was dressed all. That's not how Zulu. I'd rather us in America and Louisiana, we know how to do the Zulu thing. Them girls I heard they be virgins and single women. They be with the skirts on doing that high kick. The stuff that we do in America, it ain't nothing like that. I can't front. So I had to sit back and think, like, why the South Africans was picking at us about slavery. But I had to think, like, cause that's like a song they cut. They probably thought, like, cause they were really mad. They had the white man with the black face on in the parade dancing around. So y'all know back in the 1800s, the Zulu had beef with the British people, the white people. So they probably thought we was picking at them. So they probably just shot below the belt and picked at slavery. That's what I'm thinking. So I hope I'm gonna try to enlighten both sides on each culture, so we could just try to squash it, because I know it's crazy. I got some videos for y'all. Check them out.
So there's a huge misunderstanding or argument going on between the people of South Africa, the Zulu tribe, and the African American people in New Orleans. Now apparently, they have been doing this particular parade called the Zulu parade for over 100 years now. And the South African people are not really happy about it, because first of all, the way these people are dressed and the name of the whole thing does not really represent the Zulu tribe.
I'm telling
you.
So
briefly, the Zulu parade started way back in 1909 by a group of African American men called the Tramps. These people saw a comedy skit in a theater by these people called the Vaudeville Troupe, and they were doing it about the Zulu tribe in South Africa. And then they got inspired by the whole thing, so they decided to create their own celebration. Because at that time in New Orleans, during Mardi Gras, the Abofofo had their own celebration. So the African American people, they also decided to create their own celebration and then call it the Zulu parade. It has been handed down from generation to generation. Now, one thing that makes this particular parade popular is the fact that they hand out coconuts to people. At first, they were hairy coconuts, like the natural coconut, but then over time and due to lawsuits, they changed it to this particular golden coconut. Now, their videos really went viral, and the South African people, the Zulu tribe, they are not really happy with the whole thing. They are asking them to change the name of the whole parade. And besides, the way they are even dressed does not even reflect the Zulu culture. And this has become a back and forth between the people of South Africa and the African American people in New Orleans.
In the rolling hills of KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, there lived a young Zulu girl named Nondi. She was known throughout the village for her exceptional beauty, kindness, and love for traditional dance. Every year, Nondi's village would host the reed dance ceremony, a sacred ritual where young women would gather reeds from the river and present them to the king as a symbol of fertility and prosperity. The ceremony was also a celebration of the girl's transition into womanhood. Nondi was particularly excited about this year's ceremony, as she had spent months perfecting her dance moves and crafting her traditional attire. However, disaster struck when she woke up on the morning of the ceremony to find that her favorite reed, which she had carefully selected and decorated, had been stolen. Heartbroken and desperate, Nondi sought the help of the village elder, a wise and kind woman named Gogo. Gogo listened to Nondi's plight and then disappeared into her hut, only to emerge with a small, mysterious bundle. "This is a special reed, imbued with the magic of our ancestors," Gogo explained, handing Nondi the bundle. "But be warned, child, this reed comes with a great responsibility. You must dance with all your heart and soul, and you must honor the traditions of our people." Nondi was both thrilled and intimidated by the prospect of dancing with the magical reed. She took a deep breath, put on her traditional attire, and joined the other girls at the ceremony. As the drums began to beat, Nondi closed her eyes, felt the magic of the reed coursing through her veins, and let her spirit take over. Her dance was like nothing anyone had ever seen before. Her feet seemed to float above the ground, and her body moved with a fluidity and grace that left the crowd in awe. The king himself was so impressed with Nondi's dance that he declared her the winner of the ceremony. But more importantly, Nondi had discovered a deep connection to her heritage and her community, and she knew that she would always cherish the magic of the Zulu reed dance. From that day on, Nondi became known as the greatest reed dancer in the land, and her name was whispered in reverence whenever the ceremony was mentioned. And every year, she would return to the river, gather a new reed, and dance with the same passion and spirit, honoring the traditions of her people and keeping the magic of the reed alive.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. You think that they gon' let you disrespect Pac, nigga? I think that extra shit won't be.
Oh hell nah. My map done grew out. You know who else ain't gonna stop, motherfucker? The motherfucking po-po. Or is it po-pos if it's plural? They coming for us, motherfucker. One by one. Grrrra. Ga, ga, ga.
I got the shawty shawty. I got the shawty shawty. Doom City, Doom Gang, got the shawty shawty. Got the shawty shawty. We got the shawty shawty. You know what it is. Walk with the shawty shawty. Got the Mossberg, or the Penelope. Execution the style, lay down the whole fucking scene. Yellow barrel with a fucking red beam. Alligator ski mask, I'm ready to scheme on it. Keep it jungle with it, protect it with a muzzle on it. Got the boy bugging. Come on, cousin. Mac Millie burn your cheekbones like a brick oven. Saving Private Ryan on Hamburger Hill with a dirty dozen. Dub the whiskey. Axe handle, crack a nigga mano like heavy did on Farmers Bully. I go back like Shelby in the back. What the fuck?
Revolutionist Harriet Tubman marched to her own drum, and her legacy was celebrated this week in Newark, New Jersey. The soaring 25-foot monument was a 2-year project inspired by this iconic image of Tubman. Her life story is part of an audio installation.
Though her heart raced with fear, she followed the North Star.
Narrated by singer and actor Queen Latifah, who was born in Newark.
What is it that you hope people take away from hearing about Harriet Tubman's story?
I hope they take away renewed strength, inspiration, humanity, compassion. You know, what Harriet Tubman did was about freedom, was about compassion for those who did not have it.
Tubman escaped slavery and risked her freedom to lead about 70 enslaved people by the Underground Railroad, a network of safe houses that led north, including this church in Newark with hidden tunnels. At the site, visitors will learn Tubman was also a spy in the Union Army and an advocate for women's rights and the elderly. The project was a city partnership supported by the audio entertainment company Audible. Don Katz is the founder.
Why did Audible want to be a part of this monument and be involved in the way that you are?
Because we knew we could give voice to the monument in ways that kids can stand in front of it and learn and really create an experience of the depth of Harriet Tubman's long, almost century-long life.
Monument designer Nina Cook-John placed a mosaic of Tubman's face at eye level intentionally.
Why was that important for you?
You can look into her eyes and touch her face and connect to her humanity. It could be your mother, your aunt, your grandmother, and in so doing, be that much more inspired by her.
Taking her rightful place as she continues to inspire.
You've heard of Harriet Tubman as the Underground Railroad conductor, but did you know she was so much more? She escaped slavery, then risked her life again and again to lead over 70 people to freedom. But in the Civil War, she didn't stop. Tubman became a spy, a nurse, and even led a military raid. In 1863, she guided Union troops in the Combahee River raid, freeing over 700 enslaved people in one night. That's right, Tubman led an army. She was the first woman in U.S. history to lead a military mission, and she crushed it. So Harriet Tubman, not just a conductor, she was a warrior for freedom. Know your heroes.
Ba ba black sheep, ba ba black sheep. Have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. 1 for my master, 1 for my dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. The farmer in the dell. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Brother John,